Hi, I'm Dr. Bojack from Atlanta Chiropractic in Stoneham, Mass. We're going to go over the purpose of spinal twist today. So first we give out ice. That's for our first 12 visits to decrease swelling, decrease spasm, decrease any irritation in there. So after the ice, we go to spinal twist. Okay, so the spinal twist, okay, are given after the actual ice. And the reason, and you're going to do them in a seated position, because in a seated position, the hips are going to lock. And that's what we want to do, is lock these hips so we get the movement and the motion in 24 movable joints. Okay, so you're going to do them in the morning, afternoon, evening, 20 to 25 of them, or 24 of them. One to each side is one, not two. Okay, so when you're doing these twists, one to one side, two to the other side. Okay, so you're doing these spinal twists, and you're picking points over each of your shoulders for references. Okay, there's three reasons why we're doing them. Number one, to get food nutrients to the disc. Okay, we stop getting nutrients to the disc at 25 years of age. So the disc works in a liquid state, as a shock absorber, as your friction pad. Okay, so we want to make sure these guys are functional. So when you wake up in the morning, right, these discs aren't in a liquid state, they're in a solid state, okay, because you're not moving around and you're not creating any friction. So the most important time to do these spinal twists are in the morning, as soon as your clogs hit the floor. So you're doing a spinal twist to get this disc functional, so it's in a liquid state versus a solid state. When it's in a solid state, it's not working as a friction pad, a shock absorber. It works in a liquid state. So you want it functional, because most injuries occur in the first hours of the morning. Okay, so that's really important. And the most important time to do them, if you're going to pick one time to do them, it's in the morning. You get this spine functional. Second reason we're doing it is to stretch out the muscles, tendons, and ligaments. Okay, so just like a telephone pole with its guide wires, right? We start working that spine. We're going to stretch out the muscles, tendons, and ligaments in there. Okay, and last but not least, joints are called joints because they move, right? So we want to create motion and mobility in these joints. Okay, so if you would, Suzanne, if you want to put your finger in there, so that's in the actual spinal cord, or magnum foramen, so that's where your spinal cord or power cord goes through. Here's your peripheral nerves. Okay, joint moves into an abnormal position, it's going to cause pressure, okay, on that nervous system. So just like on her finger, right, she's got the blood flowing through there, and in a minute her tip of her finger is going to start turning blue. Okay, and then she's going to start using my name in vain, and then she's going to get aggravated at me, and then it's going to start irritating her. But the same premise is going on with our nerve pulse, right? That nerve pulse, because of the subluxation or misalignments, causing irritation. So these spinal twists are going to keep that motion in there and reduce these spinal subluxations and misalignments or distortions in there. So it's going to keep that motion in the spine. Okay, and last but not least, so motion, and last but not least is the top joint in your neck is the atlas axis. It's a pivot joint. Okay, so that's going to create the most motion in there. So you're going to pick points over each of your shoulders when you're doing these spinal twists to make sure you accentuate these curves, these top two joints. The atlas, which holds up the world, that's why it's called atlas axis. It's a pivotal joint. Okay, and if you look at this, here's your suboccipital triangle. That's right where that number one and the second bone are. That makes up the pivot joint. So you have a suboccipital triangle, which is responsible for a lot of headaches, tension headaches, when that joint gets irritated or subluxates. Okay, so Susan's going to show you exactly what she needs to do in order to do a spinal twist. So I want you to see here. So she's going to put her arms up shoulder height, honey nose shoulder height. Okay, thumbs at chin. Good. Okay, so she's going to pick a point over each of your shoulders, and she's just going to turn, right, nice and slow, right, nice and easy. So one, there's a full one, right? Two, great. Three. I think she's done this before. 4, 4, and 5, and 5. Now she's an experienced spinal twist doer, so now we can take her through even a little bit more, right? At the end, she's gonna squeeze, right? And squeezing is gonna cause a little more tension in those muscles to stretch them out a little bit more. Feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Great, okay? So just a nice, easy squeeze. It's not a, a push, a pull, a jerk, just a nice, deliberate squeeze at the end of the motion, okay? So you can do these throughout the day. You can't overdo them, okay? Morning, afternoon, evening. If you're on the computer for long durations of times, that's going to keep that motion, that mobility in there. Okay? Fantastic. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Have a great day. Remember, keep that motion, that mobility established in that structure. It's the life of that neurology.